Hello everyone, in this video you will learn how you could convert the number from base R, which is R could be 2, 8, 16 or any other bases, to base 10. So let's see how we could actually do that. So let's actually mention to the formula. So suppose you have this number, which is a number in base R. So this number actually has a point. There is some digit on the left side of the point, which is x0, x1, x2, and the last one is xm. Could be actually any number of the digits on the left side. And it has some digits on the right side of the point, so we label them as x -1, -2, x -3, and end up with x -n. So that means you have a number in base R, so the R could be for digital design. Usually we are interested on 2, 16, and 8, but it could be any other bases between. So we want to learn how we could convert that number to base 10. For example, you have one number in base 2, how you could convert that to base 10. You have a number in 8 and 16, how you could convert that to base 10. So for doing that, we use actually this formula, which is the multiplication method. So you start actually with this number that we have. So that means we start from the first digit on the left side of the point. We say, okay, if you want to get that number in base 10, you should do this. You say x0 time actually r power 0 plus the next one x1 time r power 1 plus x2 time r power 2, and you could keep going, and definitely the last one should be x m r power actually m. Okay, so that depends on how many digits that you have. So you start one on 0 and definitely end up with whatever you have here. So for the left side, you actually say plus, so you start to do almost similar thing. The first digit on the right side of the point should be times r -1 plus x -2 times r -2, and you could actually have the last one, which is x -n times r -n. Okay, so probably we need to better to, these are actually the times, so we just use the same thing that we already used. We just put the dot between. Okay, so whatever you will get, it should be the number in base 10. I give you a simple example. So we use the other color. So example 101.1. That's in base 2. What's that number in base 10? So here x0 is 1, x1 is 0, x2 is 1. You have point, and x -1 is 1. So use the same formula. You say, okay, we start from this part, okay? So it should be 1 times 2, r here is 2, 2 power 0 plus 0 times 2 power 1 plus 1 times 2 power 2. And then move to the next part, which is before you say 1, which is here in the formula x -1 times r, which is 2 -1, okay? So 2 power 0 is 1, you have 1 equal to 1 plus, so this is 0, 0 times anything, 0 plus 4, this is 4, and the last one is 1 over 2, so it should be 5.5 in base actually 10, okay? So it works for any other bases in general case, moving from base R to base 10. So let's to have few more example. So the next example could be in base 8. So let's to have one example with the other bases. 127.4 is in base 8. So the question is, what is that number in base 10? So the same formula that you see here. So again, the first start with this part, which is the left side of the point. You say 7 times r, which is 8 power 0 plus 2 power 8 1 plus 1 power 8 2. So go to the other side. You could say 4 times r power negative 1, right? So it should be negative 1, okay? So if you calculate that, so definitely you will get 87.5, which is in base 10. So let's to have another example. So the next example is in base 16. So if you have B6, 5, to correct this, B6, 5F, that is in base 16. What is that number in base 10? Again, same formula that you see here. So you get, okay, there is no point here. Whatever you have is just this side of this formula that we have. Okay, so there is no point here. So you start with the first one on the left. So F, which is 15, you say 15 times 16 power 0 plus. Next is 5 times r power 1. R is 16, so that's 60 power 1 plus. Next is 6.16 power 2 plus, and the last one is the B, which is B is 11, right? So 11 times 16 power 3, okay? So whatever you got, we should be this number 46,687. So definitely that is in base 10. So that means with this formula, which is the multiplication, so you are able to move or convert any numbers from base R to base 10. For our purpose, which is the digital logic, we are more focused on base 2816, which is tells us how we could convert from base R to base 10. So I hope you like this video. Thank you for watching.